Welcome to the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast.
Good morning, everyone. This is Jarvis S. Scott. But What's Happening in Birmingham? Today, I have the honor and pleasure of being with Miss Hali Chambers, who is co-owner of Osborne Enterprises Incorporated. Good morning, Miss Chambers. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Great. Thank you for taking time out your day. Today, we're going to talk about succession planning. So this is a great topic, especially for you small business owners. But before I start, what is Osborne Enterprises?
So Osborne Enterprises is a management consulting firm, and so we specialize in helping small business owners to plan for and prepare for building a workforce. And so we help them attract employees, train employees, and also plan for their succession.
Okay, and let's kind of talk about succession planning. And what actually is that? Because we hear that term a lot thrown out.
Yeah, so succession planning is basically preparing for and planning for who's going to fill the leadership positions within your company. So it involves a long, thorough process of determining the skills gaps within your organization and deciding the best way to fill those gaps by recruiting people who can fill those gaps and training them and making sure that they have the necessary skills to succeed as leaders or managers within those companies.
Okay, so once you just walk me through the steps. Once you meet like an ideal client, what's kind of like the next steps? Mm-hmm. Once they bring you on board and things like that.
Yeah, so the next step, because I'm a business psychologist, I'm trained to really understand the business. So we'll go through a series of questions. I ask questions about your vision for your company, the culture within your company, the types of skills that are needed to actually lead your company and manage the people within your company. And then I go through and conduct what we call a job analysis, which requires just questions about the specific job and what it takes to succeed in a role. And that'll help me to help you recruit a person to fill that position and also develop training to help them develop those skills that they need to succeed in that job, in that position.
Okay, so I guess I want to come back and kind of ask you this. It's like, how common is this issue in most businesses, or I would say small businesses? Yeah. I don't want to predict the percentage, but I know it has to be high.
Yeah, so really no business owners, very little business owners, small business owners plan for succession because, small business owners wear many hats. They're all, involved in the day-to-day and don't necessarily have the time to plan or think about, the future of what's going to happen when I decide to retire, or what's going to happen, God forbid something happens to me and I can't lead my business. And even in larger organizations, believe it or not, there's a lack of succession planning. And so now, especially in corporate America, you find a lot of these larger organizations, their leaders are reaching retirement age, and there's no one within the company who can move up, to step up in those roles. And so I feel that it's definitely necessary because, as baby boomers within those generations, as they retire, who's going to take on the leadership of these companies, especially if you have employees? What's going to happen to the employees? I mean, if you're providing jobs, you're contributing to their well-being. And so it's important as a small business owner that you take small steps now, so that you don't have to leave the legacy of your business to chance in the future, because we want to make sure that, your vision is, realized even after, you decide to retire or decide to move on and do something else. And so we just want to make sure that we're preserving the business, especially if you're providing jobs, because it impacts the communities around those businesses as well.
Now, one thing I do find that's challenging more than ever is that you hear this word called workforce development getting thrown out a lot. And I guess, workforce development, especially here in Alabama, recently I had the opportunity to interview the Literacy Council of Alabama. Okay. And one of the issues they kind of brought to light, or I found out in the course of the interview, it's about 100,000 people here in Jefferson County that's illiterate.
Oh, yeah.
So that basic skill, trying to find other people that you kind of, fit into what you're saying, it gets a little bit more challenging, and the puzzles gets a little bit hard to kind of put together. One thing I wanted to ask you too, I know you talked about corporations. Do you find a special challenge with family-owned businesses?
Well, there are a lot of, because Osborne is basically a family-owned business, so there's a lot of emotions and a lot of crossing of different roles. So even though my dad is the CEO of the company, I'm his daughter, and you know there's just some I guess the interactions you're having to work through those different roles, and it's a process because you have to emotionally sort of force yourself to not operate within the natural family roles, and sort of switch gears and say, here, this is a business that we're running. We have to operate professionally, and making sure that we're setting goals and meeting those goals, for the business to grow. And so it's a psychological process first, because a lot of owners have trouble letting go. As a small business owner, that business is like your baby, right? You don't want anything to happen to it. You don't want anybody to come in and take your baby, right? You want to take care of your baby. And so just that psychological process of letting go is the first hurdle of getting over that, because it requires the business owner to release some control and be able to delegate and trust people and allow them to step up and take on leadership roles. So, I hope that makes sense.
All right, so, going back to what you're saying earlier, another question is coming in my head.
Okay.
Just say for businesses that's probably listening to this right now and say, well, I know I need succession planning, but it's a two-pronged problem or a situation or solution. I need the individuals first, and then I need the plan.
Right.
So you kind of need both, right, for it to work. Or because a lot of times they just say, well, I know I need a succession plan, but I may not have the individuals, or this may even help you identify that, hey, I may not have these individuals in my organization, and I need to go out and find those to kind of fit it and tie it together. So I do think this is very important. Do you have any other final thoughts you would like to add?
Well, if you are a business owner who wants to leave a legacy, you may not have employees, that's fine. There are things that you can start doing right now to prepare your business for succession. If you have employees and maybe you're having trouble, you're having to retrain them, or you have to sort of micromanage and always be around making sure that they are performing to your standards. Succession planning is a part of what we call talent management, and that involves developing a strategy to make sure that the people that come to work with your business, can perform at the level that you expect them to perform at. So it's important to have that strategy in place to be able to communicate your expectations clearly and thoroughly to people, so that they can make an informed decision about whether or not they think they'll be a good fit for your company. You don't want to hire someone and then they find out, oh, this isn't a good fit. There are things that you can be doing to sort of be proactive about that.
So for more information, how can they get in contact with you?
Well, I can be reached on our website. You can contact me through osborne-enterprises.com or via phone at 205-478-6840.
Well, we're going to repeat that again because I heard the phone ringing. Can you repeat the website again for me?
Okay. So the website is Osborne, OSBORNE-enterprises.com. And the phone number is area code 205-478-6840.
All right. So, Hali, thank you for taking time out your day. Very important topic. Please feel free to contact especially big small business owners, because failing to prepare is preparing to fail. That's say. So, for more information, more videos, please check out my website, what'shappeningbirmingham.com, or check out my YouTube channel today. Thank you all again and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast. Please check out our website, app, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest videos today.